Okay folks, going to see Gordo today. My friend the knife guy. He's got a couple odd jobs for me to do, so that's cool, and we'll see what else is happening on the homestead. Right on, let's go!
And it was bright like this. I thought, there's them headlights on, and it went off. And I went, no, I can't tell. It's too much sunshine. Well, the next morning it was dark in the morning. It was cloudy, and the fucking headlights come on. What the fuck is that all about? So, and then I parked it over here, and the headlights come on, and they last for 5 or 10 seconds. And I think, well, that's going to kill the battery.
Yeah.
You don't know how often it's going to come on, because I'll sit here and watch it for half an hour, nothing happens, and then as soon as I turn my back, it comes on. So anyhow, I disconnected the...
That's creepy.
I disconnected the battery. That shuts down the computer, resets the computer.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's working.
Oh boy.
I mean, yeah, it's the stupidest thing. I mean, a good way to have a dead battery out in the bush or something.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come back to your truck and you're done. Look at these guys in here. I can hear them. Oh. I'm going to close the door so that the light.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at them all. Hi. What kind are they, Gord?
I don't know. Probably Aracanas. Mostly the white ones would be definitely Aracanas. But see, she doesn't see any people other than me.
Yeah.
So she's freaking out.
Oh, that's awesome. How old are they now?
About 6 weeks, I think.
Wow.
And this one here wants to. I have to take the eggs out from underneath her.
Oh, she's broody.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened with this one. This one went broody in January. I kept taking the eggs out from her. Then when May came along, I finally put her in here with 9 eggs.
Yeah.
And she hatched 8. 2 disappeared. One I threw, and I didn't even look because after I let go of my hand, I thought, one more day.
Yeah.
One more day, so I could have had 9.
Oh.
But anyhow, 2 disappeared, so something happened here. I don't know if a weasel got in or something, but if a weasel, he would have just...
Ate them all, right?
No, he just ripped their heads off, and I would have found the bodies, you know, but... No, they disappeared, so I don't know.
Jeez.
You don't have roosters, but roosters rip all this bark off of them, eh?
Yeah.
Well, she had a camo one, but I don't know where she put it.
A camel.
Yeah, and so this one here, at least she wore it for a few weeks, and then she finally dumped it.
Aww.
But now I've killed all my roosters, so there's no more. They've got lots of time now to
okay.
to grow their feathers back before the winter comes.
Okay, so no more rooster.
No more rooster.
Oh.
Well, there's probably a rooster in here, so and he'll be doing his job by next year. So I'll still have fertile eggs next year, but at least the girls get a chance to recover anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah, especially before winter.
Yeah, you can't have a bare back like that. Like I got 6 coats for them. Some woman I knew she was a sewing person. I said, "Can you make me some chicken saddles?" She says, "What the fuck is that?" So I sent her a link. I said, "This is what it is." So she charged me $10 each for them.
Yeah.
When was the last time you bought a coat for $10?
Yeah.
You know, and they're pretty stylish. Like I said, I had a camo one, and I don't know what she did with it, but she had it off in 2 days. This is more of a...
Yeah, you got more of that wild lettuce going on.
No,
isn't that?
That's the real opium poppy.
Okay.
And these are more of the elderberries.
Yeah.
See, it's just sticks. I just stick them in, and it's a stick, and then they start growing and get roots.
Yeah, awesome. It's all over your property.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're out behind between me and the neighbor's place, and once I get a few more, I'm going to plant them over to the neighbor's place. He hasn't been up in 2 or 3 years, but I'll plant them over there, and I'll plant them in. I'm finding them by the hundreds, and I'm planting them. So
this year has been a really amazing year for like regrowth, because Lois, I did her gardens, and I don't know how many oak trees that I pulled right out of the ground.
Yeah. This is my attempt at straw bale gardening, and didn't like it at all.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't like it at all. Waste of energy. Don't step on that, I'll smack you. The waste of energy. I did throw my ashes on it this morning because the fucking slugs were eating everything.
Yeah. Okay, so this wasn't a good situation for the hay bale.
No.
Okay. Gotcha.
No, I didn't like them. Like, if I was going to do it again, I would put them too wide. And then you got at least a 3-foot wide thing.
Okay.
But here it's too hard to water. Just with the watering can, it all runs off. The whole idea is when you put them bales down, and they're brand new bales, you have to soak them right to the bottom for a week or two. Because they hold the water. You see the mushrooms growing in the side there, and that's how rotting they are, and that's what I want. And since I'm not going to use them anymore, I'll just throw them to the chickens and they'll compost them.
Yep.
These fucking things strangle everything.
I know, I have them all over too.
Yellow potatoes, yellow potatoes. But you go ahead and pick some of them things there. Where did your dog go?
He's around the corner, I think.
All right. Well, that's good. Probably sitting in the shade.
Hope so. Yeah, what are those berries called again?
Haskap or honeyberry. They're from Russia and China.
Haskap.
Good for 50 below.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so.
Let's go take a look.
And like, they send you the plant and they're about this big and, you know. And they're one of the things, like there's about 4 different varieties, maybe 5. You know, because they have to cross-pollinate. You have to have the male and the female, I think. Anyhow, I've got lots of them. But, go ahead and pick as many as you want there. Fill that thing up. Oh, this is that.
There's the Haskap.
This is that mint I was telling you about. Look at it. This just grows wild here. All over there. I got 2 things for you to take back with you.
Okay.
But smell it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow.
But you know, and it just grows wild. I don't know where it ever came from. I never planted it. But the cats love it. Every cat in the neighborhood comes here and just rolls in it. Maybe it's cat meat. Go ahead and pick as many as you want.
It's like a blueberry.
Yeah, I'll get the bucket for you. Yeah, I planted flowers all along here and not a goddamn one. Marigolds, not a one showed up.
Yeah, like a tart blueberry, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, just take the big ones and apparently the birds love them and you're supposed to put the screen over top of them. Well, no birds have come to this.
Oh.
No, I haven't had any destroyed crops from it.
All right. Pause and pick some berries. So you just imported the seeds?
No, I bought the plants. You can buy them online in Canada.
Okay. Really neat.
Early berry. You know, it's earlier than strawberries. Look at it. Strawberries are here. Tiny.
Yeah, strawberries are happening at the farm there down the road, eh?
Yeah.
I got lots of strawberries in the freezer. I'll find some time to make some jam.
I like strawberry jam, but I don't like it chunky.
Okay.
I don't want people to put it in the whizzer and
I got a whizzer.
mash it all up.
Yeah, I got a whizzer.
You know, when I put it on a piece of bread, there's one big gob and then the rest is all liquid. Well, I want the whole thing to be.
Lots that fall on the ground too. Look at how big. Beautiful.
Real take on for ferns.
Well, the ferns spread like crazy too.
I like couldn't fill them. I put black plastic out by behind the mailbox for a whole year. That wouldn't fill them. And then I think I round up them. I don't like doing that. Hey, you do what you gotta do. And they're still coming back, but
Pine bugs. Those ones are stingers. We feed them to the chickens. I just don't understand it. They won't take his eggs.
well, it's politics. Well, they want the money. They'll go out and buy eggs. But I'm saying my eggs are fresh.
Yeah.
And they're green and they're blue and they're yellow and they're, you know. Well, I imagine when the people get them, they say, wow, this is cool. But no, they wouldn't get them if they had their way.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, some people. But that's good. Sagamuk takes them. Yeah, I have some egg cartons too for you.
Stinging nettle.
What was?
What I just picked.
Oh, shit.
My hand's on fire.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's a medicinal plant too. Stinging nettle. You make nettle tea. It's good for your pisser or something like that, your bladder or whatever.
Yeah, I can't drink anything with nettle in it.
But I had to put fences around everything just to keep the cats out of it. Now it's the rabbits I'm worried about.
Yeah, cats and the rabbits.
Well, the cats don't do it now because there's not much dirt. Well, they would go over there because there's lots of dirt showing. Well, that's why I covered everything with straw.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the straw might have stopped my germination for all my flower seeds and stuff. I don't know yet. There were fresh seeds this year. But this mint, I got 2 plants in buckets there for you. You take them and you can shake all the dirt off them because they grew in, the dirt is only gravel.
Okay.
So you don't want that in your place.
Yeah.
So you shake all the dirt off them when you get home and plant them in real dirt. But they'll keep coming back every year and then they'll be spreading out. And then someday you say, well, they're spreading out here, and then you look over there and there's another, well, how did that one get to there?
Yeah, I might have to like container it or suction it off like in a bed.
Well, you can, if they start spreading out too much. I mean, this has been for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's not too much. And
Yeah.
that little thing, that big thing there, that's, I don't know, that's about 2 years, but it's growing in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't remember whether they got any flowers on them or not, but you know, if you like mint tea or something like that, or mint,
Yeah.
you know, it's perfect. I just don't know which brand it is. I don't know whether it's spearmint or whatever.
And that's the wild lettuce or the poppy
That's
again?
the wild lettuce.
Okay. Yeah,
That's the wild lettuce, just growing on its own, and like I never planted it.
Yeah.
And this year couldn't get any Dutch sets. The Mennonites were the ones who had the Dutch sets. This is all I got from them. I planted seeds and onion seeds, but nothing grew.
Yeah, mine too. Oh, just a strange year.
Well, I could never grow onions to be any bigger than the size. Like you buy Dutch sets and you pull them, and that's the size that you put in. Well, what about the big onion in the fucking picture? You know.
I know. I know.
So next year I want to buy onion plants. They're only this big. Somebody's already started them from seed.
Uh-huh.
Then you can get big ones.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea of an onion, from what I'm gathering this year, is as soon as it starts growing,
Forming
see
the bulb.
that was bulbing.
Yeah, yeah.
You start pulling some dirt away. Because
Yeah.
the dirt constricts it, so the bulb wants to get bigger, but the dirt is constricting it.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I'm reading anyhow. I have no first-hand knowledge of it.
Experimenting. Kinda. Yeah.
And you never dig a hole and put them in. You just stick them on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Just that bottom end on the ground. That way they're not constricted by the dirt, so they can get bigger.
Okay.
These are supposed to be Spanish, whatever they're going to be. But
Yeah, damn, I wanted to do more onions, but it just didn't turn out this year. Oh well.
well, I always go through, you know how you're supposed to knock the tops over?
Yeah.
Well, and that makes them bulb bigger?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I cut the tops off, and then I take them in the house, and with the scissors I put all them tops, I chop them all up and throw them in the freezer. So in the middle of winter, you're making some fried potatoes up, and you throw in a handful of these onion tops.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
You're not wasting it.
Yeah, I do that too, and I dehydrate some too.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have much left. Well, I can dehydrate them. There's nothing left of them. So when you cut them off and freeze them, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Oh, there's some more of those berries. So yeah, Gord was saying that these will produce fruit more than once per season, which is amazing. I can ship people some of these berries. Okay.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I can store some potatoes for you in the basement.
Yeah, because I got no place here. That other building, there's no heat in it, so.
Yeah.
But same as my dahlia bulbs. But my brother told me, he says, put them in your fridge. Like I got another fridge, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put them in there, but and I'll get some potatoes in there too. But can't put 50 pounds of potatoes in the fridge, even though it's a fridge I don't use.
No, you don't add more hay and stuff in here?
Well, I'm going to have to cover them up. They've already been covered once.
Okay.
Because when I put them in, I dug a hole. And I put them at the bottom of the hole, but I didn't fill in the hole.
Okay.
I just put a tiny little bit of dirt on top of it. So then they started growing through that. And I moved some of that dirt back in. And I'll put more straw on them. But just this morning I threw all the ashes on them for the slugs.
Okay, yeah,
The
gotcha.
slugs are eating my dahlias and my marigolds.
Okay.
They're just killing them.
Okay, I'll have to do the same thing to my potatoes too then.
You got wood ash, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they told me that wood ash on potatoes makes them scabby. Well, slugs makes them uneatable.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so
They
who
can
cares?
fix.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go sit down in the shade.
I brought Gord a whole bunch of rum. Just
Here
kidding.
he comes.
Just
He's
kidding.
right on your foot.
Oh, there he is, little guy. Hi, Chippy. Hi, Chippy. Oh. Oh, look at his cheeks. How many can he do?
You can only do 3. Some of them are smart. They'll take them out of the shell. And then he can do 6 or 8.
Oh, yeah.
But this guy here, he's worried about the competition or the cat.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, this year they haven't climbed up on me. Last year they were in my pockets going for if I'm too late to get them, they'll go get them themselves in my pocket. So I don't know. Oh.
Okay, that's the mint that I got to take home. Right on.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
Like I say, it's just gravel. So shake it off and put them in the hole that you just dug.
Okay.
And water them for about a week.
Yeah.
You know, and then they'll just don't need to be watered. Because I never water these. On this end here is stinging nettle. But the rest of them is all, I never watered them.
Okay. You got tons of plantain. Wow.
Yeah, the chickens love that.
Yeah.
I was looking for them. I come back home and there's a whole whack of them growing right here. Now, what am I wasting my money for? You know, same as this year with the elderberries. I went out in the bush looking for them. I come back and there's a huge bush over there. There's another one over there, and that one that I planted 2 years ago. Now there's going to be 20 or 30, well, more than 20 or 30 for sure. Because I got some in the house that are starting to be rooted. But I bought this system years ago. What the big greenhouses do is they take cuttings and they root them under mist. The mist comes on for 5 seconds every 5 minutes or whatever. You can set it whatever you want. You can let it come on for 3 seconds every 20 minutes, whatever you want. And so I bought that system. Well, I don't have running water. And I built a greenhouse here, but one winter we got a shitload of snow, and that was the end of the greenhouse. But I'd like to have another one, because I'd like to just sell plants, not vegetables or flowers or things like that. Like plants, like shrubs.
Yeah. That's where the money's at too. I paid like $18.99 for each one of my fruit trees.
I know. Oh, where are you? Back? I see you. Let me get it. Oh, I know they're expensive, and you know that plant Black-Eyed Susan?
Yeah.
Well, it's a sister to echinacea. And it has the same properties as echinacea.
Okay.
Which is extremely medicinal. All right, you full? You got room for one more? Maybe not room, eh?
I'm trying, Gord.
You got her. But they, he's got a little house over there, and I'll see the cat just staring at the hole. Well, this guy got smart. He dug a different hole about 6 inches away, and the cat would be staring at the hole. That guy takes off and he's gone.
I think they did the same thing on the outside of our fence too.
Yep.
It looks like a Dakota fire hole.
Yep. Yep.
So that's the chipmunks.
That's the chipmunks.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why. Well, last year I bought a 50-pound bag of peanuts. You know, that's that fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
That's a monster size. Oh, he's woke up now.
Yeah.
But they filled their holes and then they had to dig another hole. So the hole is full of peanuts. I'm going to have a peanut plantation here.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. I can beat Jimmy Carter.
I'll go bring the kid over here.
Yeah. Your cough medicine is usually 25% alcohol, and the stuff I'm going to make is not for boozing. It's for taking a teaspoonful at a time or a tablespoonful.
Yeah.
As soon as you feel a tickle in your throat or a cough coming on or something. It's going to be medicine, not boozing.
Mm-hmm.
I make enough of the boozing, so I don't have to branch out. I wouldn't know whether you'd get sick or not. Oh no, it's only elderberry juice and booze, so I guess you wouldn't get sick.
Not something you'd be drinking all day though.
No.
So how long before the elderberries are done or ready?
Well, I think they'll start, those berries that are red right now, I think they'll start turning over into an umbrella when they get bigger and heavier. End of July, middle of August, and then go all the way into September, and I'll still be able to pick them.
Okay.
So, and you pick the whole umbrella. You just take some scissors with you and snip the whole umbrella, and you take them in the house. But you can't keep them for any longer than 24 hours or 48 hours. They'll start to go rotten.
Okay.
You either stick them in the fridge or stick them in the freezer. In the freezer, when you pull them out, then you can take them right off them umbrella shafts.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the easiest way to do it, because if you're taking them off when they're fresh, well, you're purple.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're really juicy and everything you touch, your countertop and everything is purple. So you do it all when they're frozen. It's simpler. Some people do with a fork. Just put a regular fork, because each berry has one strand going to it. Well, you pull it off that strand with a fork.
It's kind of similar to currants. Are they in the currant family?
I don't know. What are you looking at? You're scaring the chipmunk away.
He's always licking your boots.
Yeah, well, that's because I step in a lot of shit.
Yeah. Stitchberry, don't be weird. Yeah, you're weird.
Time. They sold big time. No, there's nothing for you. Did I show you this?
No, you didn't show me that last
know what
time.
it is?
Oh yeah, cool.
Smoke them if you got them.
That's awesome. How much are those? Neat. Little pipe.
We'll throw that in. Look at this thing here. Somebody gave me. Oh, where's the rest of it? Fell apart. Where the rest of it is? Oh, I know what it is. Okay, so somebody brought this to me. This is from Europe. It's a little, it's rusty, but it's a special knife because, where the hell is it? Oh, there we go. Now you got your...
Wow, cool. That's awesome.
And this is the horn of, I don't know if it's called an ibis. It's a little tiny deer. This is the horn of it. And this is wooden here. And this is for eating snails.
That's freaking cool.
That's what it's for.
Hey?
But it's a really old knife.
Very
But
cool.
people are bringing me stuff all the time, and I'm saying, what the hell do I want with that? And then I look at it and, geez, that's pretty neat.
Definitely. Gord's always got fun stuff. Okay, so I gotta...
Weird stuff, anyhow.
I gotta pick one. The pine cone one's cool, too. Hey?
This goes.
What's that?
Screens.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Gord. It depends on who's gonna win. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna have several prizes, and so the winners can choose which prize they want, right? So, right on.
Donate that to some ATV club as a prize or something like that. You know, because it's just the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but hey, somebody wanted it.
Yeah. Look at this. This is badass. Bushwhacking like a mini machete. So I'm going to buy 2 off you. Is that cool?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'll take money. Money's good.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Fridge.
Here, egg cartons too.
All right. Throw them up there somewhere.
Here's Stitchberry. Yeah, I'll have to film that elderberry. I didn't get that on the camera.
Which one?
The elderberry. I'll do that before I go.
What, the plants?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's, to me, I think it's interesting, but, you know, other people, I see them. Other people might say it's, well, stupid, it's a fucking plant. Before he puts it in his mouth, he nips the stem off of it.
Okay.
I guess it must.
Inside of his cheek, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what Gord gave me, a 5-year-old Molson Canadian. Cheers, Gord.
Toodaloo. Yeah, it's good. I don't drink much beer. I bought it for somebody that, well, anybody who comes over. Nobody comes over.
Tastes just like beer.
I had a landlord who used to make beer, and he lived down south, and he had a cottage right beside me, and he'd make beer, and he'd be gone for 2 months or something. Then he'd come back and, do you want a beer? Okay. I could hardly, after drinking 1 beer, I was staggering over to my place, which is only from here to the chicken coop. 1 beer was the strongest beer ever. I don't like beer anyhow, but it was so fucking strong, whatever he made. He was Belgian. The man couldn't cook.
But he can make beer.
Well, he was a baker in Belgium, but he couldn't cook.
Oh.
When he came up without his wife, all he ate was bread and eggs, because he made the bread, and he could cook eggs, but he couldn't make a supper or anything like that, like not even craft dinner, I don't think. Not that he would eat it, but he only ate eggs and bread.
Wow.
Then when his wife come up with him, she was making these big dinners and everything else.
Was he a big guy eating all that bread?
You know, he was a scrawny little guy. His wife was huge, but he was just as skinny as a rail. But you figure a baker should be able to know something about cooking.
Oh yeah, you'd think. But who was it that said? Somebody said this the other day, that the toughest thing for you to cook in the kitchen is an egg.
You must have been talking about my sister. He was pretty simple. He can't get nothing there.
No.
No, my sister, she's left-handed, and we didn't have a potato peeler when we were kids. I had a paring knife, and she would start off with a potato the size of a fucking football and end up with a golf ball out of that, and it took forever to fill that pot. And we didn't have chickens because they'd have loved them peels, or pigs would have loved them peels, because it's mostly fucking potato.
Yeah.
They're zipping past you, they're dive bombing you, you swear you're going to get stabbed. Did one fall off, or did you come and get it? I put 2 up there. You dropped something.
I did? Oh. Look at my hair is friggin' long. Holy cow. This is the longest it's ever been.
Well, I haven't cut my hair since my kid is 30 and he was 2 years old, so 28 years. And it doesn't grow any longer, and this is just, oh yeah, he came back and got it. It just falls out. The part gets wider. Moses parts my hair.
Yeah.
And my Indian name is Three Hair Standing.
Is it really? Who gave you that name?
No, a friend of mine out west.
Three Hair Standing.
Yeah. It fits. Better than two dogs fucking, so...
Oh. I should have just hooked up your Wi-Fi password to my phone. We could have did a live stream.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know that I have a Wi-Fi password, do I?
Yeah, you must.
I wouldn't know.
Huh.
I had bought a brand new computer last September for when this one catches on fire, because that's what happens to my computers, they catch on fire because there's so much cat hair and dust in my place because I do all that sanding in there.
Yeah.
And it plugs up all the fans and they get overheated and they catch. I was typing away and the fucking thing caught on fire. And so I bought another computer last September for when this one does that. I never leave the house with the computer on.
Yeah.
I always shut it off, like, because I might get distracted and do something out here. Might just walk out to the chicken coop and I'll be out there in 2 seconds. No, I'll see something over there and so I don't want to leave the computer on. Anyhow, I bought this computer, one of them refurbished things off of Amazon. I never plugged it in, and about, I guess, a month ago, well, I better plug this in and I'll take the other one and I'll blow all the dirt out of it or something. Well, it wouldn't fucking work. It's not working. It's got all these pixels all across the screen and everything else. It's just not even coming on.
Oh.
Well, they can't take it back now because it's last September.
Yeah.
So I sent it up to Elliott Lake with a friend of mine who was supposed to be a computer whiz, but she's had it for 3 weeks now, and she was, I'm still working on your computer. Shouldn't, I don't know anything about them, but shouldn't you just be able to put it down to 0 and reload everything? Like there's a default setting.
Yeah, to reprogram it.
Yeah, there's a default, and that wipes out everything you have on it.
Yeah.
You know, but you start anew. Well, this one doesn't have anything on it because I've never used it. Put it to its default setting, wipe everything that's there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's not having a good time with it. She's saying, but I got one I can sell you.
What?
Didn't I just buy this one?
Yeah, I don't know, sketchy.
I've had not much luck buying stuff. I bought a new lawnmower last year, and it came with a quart of oil. No problem. I used it 3 times last year and run good. I used it once this year. I got 50 feet and it died. Didn't have any oil in it. Well, didn't have any oil in it the day I bought it. I didn't know that.
Oh.
And yet I used it 3 times to do all this fucking property, and it didn't seize then. Seize now. So now my buddy's gonna redo the heads and the piston and the valves and whatever. And, oh, there's the tip on pack.
Oh, we have one that has to be fixed.
Well, I got one here I've been using. The guy picked it up at the dump, and he gave it 1 pull. And he said, well, there's compression, so he put gas in it, gave it another pull, and it took off. And so he said, well, nothing wrong with that. So he changed the blade on it. And he, look at this dog watching that chipmunk. So he put a new blade on it. He charged me $20 for it. The only problem, the reason the people took it to the dump, and it has the same problem now, it was all covered in snot.
Ah, Stitch!
He's all covered in snot or something. He must have been running up on a slug. Anyhow,
Come here, Stitchberry.
the gas falls out of it overnight. So there's a leak in the line or something like that. He says, all you got to do is replace that line. I says, I'm never going to do that. I'm only going to put half a tank of gas in it. That's how much it takes to do my lawn.
Yeah.
Any that's left is going to fall out, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So, and I've had it for 7 years now, and like I said, I paid $20 for it. Then my brother came up 2 weeks ago, and he brought me another one. Well, now I got 3 lawnmowers. One that doesn't work for sure. But I mean, I didn't plant no lawn. This is all nature growing up here.
Yeah.
Might look like grass, but some of it.
Lots of plantain.
Mm-hmm.
Loads of it.
And in front of that other building is just a wave of clover. I let it get long. I don't cut it. I let it get long, then I pick it and give it to the chickens.
Yeah.
You know, they love that. Especially that mama with all them babies. You can hear her. As soon as I walk in with that, she's got that come here clucking. And as soon as she sees me with that, she does this certain clucking, and they all come right like a magnet. Poof. Oh, what is it? What is it? Oh, here he is. He's here again.
That's amazing, eh?
Yeah. Well, it's the same when I had the roosters. If I threw in a piece of food out there, and all the girls were inside the house and one rooster was outside, he'd make this certain sound, and they would come out, and he wouldn't eat it. He'd be showing them, you know, here. Killed him anyhow, that son of a bitch. But they all got personality.
Oh yeah, they know their names too. Ours.
No, mine don't got no names, but they know. Like she was all upset because you were in there, because nobody's ever in there but me. But I go in there and stick my hand in there and put the food in there, and she just, I'll touch her with my hand and she won't run away. The rest of them, I touch them with anything, and boy, they're freaking right out and screaming and hollering and smashing against the walls. No, she's a good mama.
Yeah. Have you seen that video of the goose yet?
Yes. You got two of them, don't you?
Just the one goose. That's how fast she's growing.
Two of the videos?
Yeah. Well, I did the first Wally one, and then I did a live stream. People love watching chickens.
You got it?
I have to get rid of it, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said somebody else had it.
Yeah.
You said that on the line so nobody...
Our buddy that owns the school had it. Kat found it. Catlin found it when he was bear hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody ratted on Jerry. So Jerry came over when I was doing a live stream, and he's like, someone's coming for Wally, animal control, I got ratted out. So,
yeah.
Okay, bring it here, but now she's huge.
Well, I'll probably take her then.
Idea of this, because will Wally join another flock if I try?
No.
So we're screwed.
Well, if you were living on a lake or something like that, and when he's adult, he may just go. But he would come back once in a while for a visit. You know, but he would probably find a mate and go. But which he could do here, although he would never see the mates, but he could hear them. He could hear them going over, like even when he's adult. Because her place there, she got pastures and things like that are fenced in to keep the critters out, but it's bigger than my little runway here. And so Wally would have a chance at least meeting somebody.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah, she's not very far from here. She's the other side of the river.
Okay. Oh, that'd be great. Because once it starts honking, that's it. We're screwed.
Well,
I think.
I don't know that he's going to honk unless he's got something to honk at.
Oh.
It's like your chickens. And my chickens are extremely noisy. I got rid of the roosters, and I'll hear them when I'm trying to sleep. I'll hear them in the middle of the night. They're just going fucking crazy. Now, there's nothing out there. And whenever one of them lays an egg, oh my God, the whole world knows they laid an egg.
Yes, they do the celebration.
Yeah, well, they just do the squawking and screaming.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I would too, but, you know. Finally, that thing got out.
Hey, no Stitchberry.
He's back. He's not full yet. He's going to jump up there and see the dog.
The stare down.
I've seen him nose to nose with a cat.
Oh, yeah?
My big fat cat, not the new one. The new one, I watched him kill a rabbit right here one day.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And the rabbit was bigger than him. Like I said, he's a skinny cat.
It's crazy.
But he just put a back of the headlock on him, and I watched till the rabbit stopped wiggling, and he drug him away. That was before he was my pet. But I still fed him. He came here to get fed. But
survivalist, eh?
Yep. Well, I seen him up the road there, because I'm pretty sure he belongs to somebody, or at least he used to, or whatever. But I seen him up the road last week, up by Lee Valley Road there, and he just run across the road into the bush in front of me. He's only got one ear, that's my cat. So I stopped him, called him. Well, he just stayed in the bush. I could see him, but he wouldn't come. He wouldn't come when he was called. So he was on his way back here. He'd already been visiting his family or wherever the fuck he goes. I do 3 gallons in 5 days. That's how long it takes to get it through there. Well, I don't use much water anyhow, so it doesn't bother me. But I did the whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, for the Berkey filters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't work for me. But this is the first time I've done it. I've bought the filters 5 times and I've just stuck them in and used them. This time I read the directions and it says you got to do this first. It's a kind of a backflow or something. Well, I don't have running water. If you had running water, I could do the backflow. I could flush them. That's what you're supposed to do first. So if you don't have running water, it tells you how to do it this way. Well, that didn't work for me. And they're not fast at all. I wouldn't get a cup of water out of them a whole day.
Holy cow. You want me to take them home and flush them?
No, because they're already in the thing.
Okay.
They're already in the thing. I think it was $250, and it's the plastic one. It's not the metal one. And I think it's 3 gallons or something. And it was $250 way back when. That was 12 years ago when I bought it, so it must be $300 by now.
Yeah.
And COVID price would be $400.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But then at the same time I bought this metal one, which I think is 1.5 gallons. I don't know what make it is. I think I've only put 1 gallon through it. I've never ever used it. It's sitting on the bathroom sink there, and figuring, well, I'll pretend I got running water. I never ever needed it. So when the Berkey finally, because plastic does deteriorate.
Yes. Yeah.
Cracks and falls apart.
Yeah.
When the Berkey finally croaks, I'll use this other one.
Seen someone the other day too. They just had the Berkey filters and not the Berkey, and they used like
5 gallon bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on top of a Culligan bottle.
Yeah.
Or machine.
Yep. Absolutely. You know, and I mean, you don't have to buy the whole thing, just buying the filters.
Yeah.
But whatever I did to these filters, or didn't do, I guess I didn't do something to them. I just didn't do something to them. So now they're not working.
Well, maybe it'll just take some time for them to get penetrated. You know what I mean?
Well, I've had them for 5 months now, and
oh shit, and it's still slow.
Yeah. So it's not, and I'm not using the rainwater anymore, so they're not getting filmed up. You know, and you can clean them. You know. The one thing I did is you're not supposed to use hot water, you're supposed to use warm water. Well, one time I used hot water, and when I put them back on, the water just flowed right through because it releases what's inside, and the water just went right through. It didn't filter or anything. Well, I guess it filtered something. Didn't do what it was supposed to do. And so from then on, I clean it with a toothbrush and warm water, and you know, because any water gets a sludge or a film or something, you know, or calcium or something. But for the price of them,
yeah,
I'm not even too upset that they're $100 for 2 of them, but I'm upset for this $50 or $60 shipping.
It's crazy.
You know, I could send that same package for $20.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just sent a big clock to New Lisker, and it cost me $20. The guy only charged me $50 shipping to send it back, little bastard. But and they sent it by mail, so $20 should be plenty for shipping. Oh no, we gotta pick it out of the warehouse, and well, you're paying that guy already.
Yeah, shipping's insane.
It's the only good thing about Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I don't even have the Prime.
Well, I got the Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it by accident. I bought it on purpose because I wanted a few things. And then, because they take $9 out of your account every month or something for it.
Okay.
And so after the 30-day free trial, I wrote to them and says, okay, you can cancel that now.
Yep.
Well, they never ever did. Well, now I'm spending so much money on Amazon, I'm glad that I still got it. You know?
Okay, yeah. Well, because we're in Ontario and shit's all fucked up. Like, I ordered Alex a new phone because his is an old school iPhone that won't even work anymore.
Yeah.
And the phone comes, and it's got the same end on both the freaking cable to charge it.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is this? And so then I had to call Virgin. I'm like, it doesn't have a charger. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. I opened up the box. It has no charger.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, let me put you through to so-and-so. It was an hour and a half on the phone for them to just tell me that it's this new design of phone, and I had to go and buy one from the source. So that was an extra $30, but they're applying that to my Virgin account. So I contacted the guy by Facebook at the source. So I'm like, okay, well, I need this. So okay, meet me at the back door, whatever. Because he's not allowed to open in the mall.
Oh, yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, I would fucking be running my business out the back door.
Yep, yeah.
And what he said was, he's getting ratted out by Pet Value and a couple of the other ones that are on that side of the mall.
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking break, man. Right?
People just want to make a living. The government is stifling and killing people and business, and this guy's got, and the mall is charging him rent.
Yeah.
And his rent still goes on. It's like you wrecking your car and you got a car payment. Well, you still got to pay that car payment.
Mm-hmm.
And the government's wrecking his business, but he's still got to pay his hydro, and he's still got to pay his insurance and his monthly. Yeah, but we're gonna give you a couple bucks for that. Well, it ain't working.
Yeah. I don't know. I just said, hey man, I just be running my business, or post your stuff online.
Yeah, he can do it online.
He told me the last time when I bought the GoPro from him, he said that it's against the source's rules that they can't market on social media platforms.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with freaking Avon crap too. I'm going through the same bullshit. Like, no, you're not going to tell me how I'm going to market and promote my business.
How do you like the GoPro?
It's kind of a pain in the ass. For $500, and then you got to buy the kit, and then...
What's the kit for?
Well, you have to have the holder. So I have the chest holder, and then it goes. You can go on your head.
Yeah.
And then you could do a car mount one. That the kit wasn't expensive. But then you have to get the micro SD card, which is expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I bought a SD card for my little camera or something. It was like $10 or something.
It's a little tiny one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like a stamp.
Yeah.
Like a postage, smaller than a postage stamp.
Way smaller.
Yep.
And so that was expensive. And then the battery longevity sucks. But
Do you have a charger? Does it have a charger with it?
It's got the charging cable, and you just plug it into a USB.
Will that charge the batteries, or that charge the machine?
Okay, so
Are you using batteries like flashlight AA's or something like that?
It's got a special battery.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, yep. But it can be charged.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
So every time I use the GoPro, I did bring it with me. Every time I use it, I make sure I get everything off there. I just like copy it to my computer, and then wipe out the memory card, and that way I'm ready to go.
Does it have sound?
Yep.
I might have to go to that instead of what I was talking about, the phone without the provider and things like that. If I want to make a video or something. Like, I'd like to go back out to the 12 mile. That's not going to happen because I'll be dead by the time I get there. But I'd like to go back out to the 12 mile and see all those lady slippers. So I'll know what time I did it this year, and I'll go back out next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll be gone by now. Because I just thought it was fantastic seeing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen lady slippers in years. Some friends in Minnesota just uploaded a video of lady slippers, and that's what I said to them. I'm like, I have not seen lady slippers in years.
Well, it was 1980. I was living below Sunridge, below
That's like
North
40
Bay.
years ago.
I know, and I saw one, and it was on the property I was renting. And then the next day I went back out to dig it up and it was gone. And so that they only have a small lifespan. It's like a daylily.
Yeah.
You see them one day and 2 days later they're gone.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Living in and Outdoors here. We're in Itasca State Park and we found some pink lady slippers. This is the Minnesota state flower. I've actually never seen one of these before, so this is really cool to see. I'm super excited I got to see it for the first time. Anyway, guys, get on out there and get living.
These things there, like there must have been 30 of them. I saw that one and I thought, oh, that's cool. And then I, oh, holy shit. And I called my brother and says, look at that. You've probably never seen that in your life because I've only seen it once in my life. And I've never seen more than one. And they were just all around. And you go, it's a flower. No, it's a lady slipper. You know?
And what are they good for?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
It's
I don't
just
know.
a rare flower.
Yeah. So I don't think they're. I wouldn't dig it up if it was a medicinal use for it. I just wouldn't, because it's so rare.
Yeah.
You know, if it takes 40 years to go see the next one, why are you digging it up?
Yeah.
You know.
Always interesting.
Well, I see stuff out in the bush all the time, and you think, well, Jesus, you know, is that what I think it is? And then I come home and say, yeah, it was. And then I go back out, and there's a million of them around it. That's what happened this year with the elderberries. I wouldn't have recognized the elderberries if I didn't buy them cuttings from Montreal and Nova Scotia last year or the year before. And then when the cuttings rooted and they finally showed themselves, then I'm out in the bush, and I wasn't even looking for elderberries. I was looking for ramps.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stepped, and there was an elderberry. This was in early May. Elderberry with the little berry, like I showed you the little berries in, with the little berries on it. It was only this high. And thought, that's like 4 months early for the berries.
Yeah.
You know, and then I started looking, and on the other half of the same plant, it had the flowers. And I'm looking all around me, and there's flowers everywhere. And holy fuck, there must be hundreds of them here. And there was.
That's awesome.
And from then on, I just kept looking, and now I can drive right now to over 100 elderberry plants. There was a guy, I was asking you about those ramps, eh?
Yeah.
Because you go to Manitoula and things like that, fishing in the spring. And that's when they are. They're in May. So anyhow, I heard of this guy who brought some ramps home and planted them. So I wanted to see what they look like, because if I don't see them first, I can look online, I can look at all the videos, I can look at a book, a picture. It doesn't click here.
Yes, me
Once
too.
I see them, then I recognize them forever. So anyhow, I went to his place, and he had replanted them. Well, they had all died off, which is what they do anyhow. They're only up for about 2 weeks at the most. So by the time I get to them, there's just some dead sticks on the ground. And so hopefully he's going to have them grow back next year, because the bulb is still in the ground and the roots are there and everything else, and it'll all work out. But they've ended their visible cycle. So I didn't get to see what I was looking for. And I'm standing there talking to him. I look behind him, and there's the biggest fucking elderberry bush I'd ever seen. It had stalks as big as my arm.
Wow.
Like they have sticks. That's all they are, sticks like this. This one had stalks as big as my arm. And I says, do you know what you got there? And it was a massive bush. Like the base of it, all the stalks that were coming out of was this big around. Usually it's a bunch of stalks coming out of a little spot like this. I said, you know what you got there? He said, no, what? I said, that's elderberry. He said, what's it good for? And I said, well, it's good for your health. It's good for antioxidants. It's good for viruses.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole world's freaking out of viruses right now.
Yeah.
So, and the more I took 10 steps away, and there's another great big clump of them. So I told him, I says, well, this year you're going to have a mass of elderberries to freeze or do whatever, elderberry jam or wine or whatever you want to do with.
Mm-hmm.
Just go look it up online. If you don't know anything about it, look it up online and you'll learn everything you need to know. And I said, but come November, when they've all stopped and you've had your first freeze and second freeze and stuff like that, take the chainsaw and cut them off. You don't usually have to chainsaw, you just need the snippers, but these were massive things. Cut them off, and next year they'll grow up. and there'll be twice as many berries on them, and there'll be bigger berries, and because obviously these things were old. These plants were old, and they're big around as a baseball bat, and usually they're big around as your finger or your thumb or something.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
But I'll call him this fall and remind him, and I'll kind of sidle over, see if he's let me pick some too. I'm gonna pick everywhere anyhow.
Yeah.
But before he cuts it down, or I'll even cut it down for him, but I'll take some of the sticks with me and I'll plant them to root them. Because the more different varieties you get, the more pollination happens, the more bigger your berries are, the more robust the plants are.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I must have 5 or 6 varieties here now because I bought 2 batches of sticks from Quebec and Montreal and Nova Scotia. And I've taken cuttings from the bush too.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking cuttings from what I have here that's growing. So I got diversity. If I fart, that's about it. Yeah. Planted. Just little. There's the exactly thing. The stick, and it didn't grow. Maybe the roots are growing, but this is one that it did grow.
Yeah.
And so that means it's got roots and it's doing good. You know, and they're kind of stepping up here.
Yeah, here's what the elderberry looks like, folks.
Without the berries. This is just its first year, you know, taken as a cutting.
Wow, eh?
Yep. But then look at this thing over here. This is a wild one. The berries are just starting to turn. They will get 3 times that big, and it'll be like an umbrella upside down because the weight of the berries will turn this. This is kind of pointed out, but it'll turn. The weight of the berries will turn it down. See, they're all green there.
Yeah.
They're going to come to this red, and then when you harvest them, they're going to be dark, almost black. Almost black. But these are all wild here. There's another big red one there. Bunch of red ones back there.
Gord has the food forest going on.
More red ones here.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome.
And there's a little plant over there that I'm going to dig up. I've left it. And I'll dig it up once the fall is here. Because if I do it now, I'll kill its roots.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll go with this one over here.
Food forest.
Medical.
Medical food forest.
See, this one doesn't have any red on it yet. But look down here. This is what I did. I took the bark off of 1 inch all the way around. This is full of dirt with a little bit of rooting hormone in it.
Okay.
I can water in here, and this roots will form in here. It's still a living plant.
Yeah.
So once it's about November or something, I'll snip that off. I'll take this black thing off of it, and it'll be a potted plant, and I'll stick it in a pot.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's already a beautiful size. You know, it's not a little 2-inch plant.
Yeah.
There'll be 4 shoots coming out right here.
Yeah.
Next year. When we cut this off, I can take it and I can root it. So anyway, and if I cut it off here, there'll be 4 shoots coming out there, maybe 3 or 2 or 1, but not just 1, but more. Anywhere you cut it. And the way I identify these things is the bark. The little spots on the bark, they're little bumps. And they're actually, if you put that in water, which I've never had any success at, but you put that in water, each one of them bumps becomes a root.
Okay.
So I don't have any success that way, so I put it in the dirt, and each one of them becomes the root.
Yeah.
So lots of things don't work for me, but some of them do.
And you bought those little things off Amazon.
Yep. Those in there, I think they're too small. Those are only 2 inch, so I got 4 inch on the way.
Okay.
But I don't know how full they're gonna get with roots. Theoretically, they should fill right up.
What are they called?
Air layering balls.
Okay.
If you look up air layering on Amazon, you'll see them things. I don't know if they're called balls or what the fuck they are, but air layering cups.
Okay.
Who knows? But that's what air layering is. So you can root a plant right on the tree that's growing.
Yeah.
You know, and the plant's doing all the work.
Yeah, it's smart.
You just have to make sure it doesn't dry out. But I would prefer that those things were clear plastic instead of black. I got some green ones coming. I would prefer
you
they're
can see.
clear plastic so I can see. When I'm doing my rooting in the house, I put it in clear drinking glasses, plastic glasses.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to the solo cups.
Yeah.
You know, if the solo cups come in clear, so I'm thinking, how many slushies do I have to buy to make a plantation? Can I buy a slushie? And then she gives it to you and you dump it and say, thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted the cup, lady. This might be something that you can take now and keep for later for when we do the fall elderberry
Harvest? Yeah.
He's not going up. See how skinny he is?
Yeah, he is skinny. Hi.
He's got one ear.
Hi.
And he's a stray that killed a rabbit that was bigger than him.
Yeah. Hi.
He's dumber than a bucket full of rocks because he doesn't move. Like if you're walking and you happen to touch him with your foot, he doesn't move. He just rolls over, lays down.